bear itself? I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable. The bear, Mr. Wright? This was found in Mr. Engarde's mansion. However, Mr. Engarde was arrested at the hotel that night, which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home. Oh, shoot! Oh, I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It is not possible that it was Mr. Engarde who took this bear to his mansion. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yo! Yo! What's going on? Yo! That was a clutch save. Why? That's very true. We didn't even consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way time-wise for the defendant to have taken this bear home. Phew. Disaster averted, it look. No, count your chickens before they hatch, man. You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright. Huh? I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Engarde's mansion. We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape. I can't believe it. That butler. All this time, he was the killer. Oh! No! What we said in the past is coming to haunt us. The killer and Engarde were working together, so to speak. And the killer was hiding at an Engarde mansion as its butler. What a bold move. The bear figurine was brought back to Engarde mansion by the killer himself. Ah, damn it. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, Engarde had him do so. How do you know this? Where did this even come from? Who saw this? Oh, wait, that's the arm he gave. I see. Wait, yeah! Where did this picture come from? They didn't even show it before. What? I assumed because it would have been bad how the police found it during their investigation. Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a while now. This is too much. Is there anything I could attack at all? I have to try. I have to find something else. What will you do now, Mr. Wright? Do you plan to save? Yes. I plan to expose a clearly shaky place in Mr. Power's testimony. What? There is still another one? There is indeed, Your Honor, and it's quite a questionable point. What are you trying to pull, once again? Oh, well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to explore further? Again? Power's testimony, I guess? Mr. Power's testimony, of course. You said that yourself, so I don't know. Huh? I know that my testimony was kind of shaky, but your inanity stupefies me, Mr. Wright. We have already clarified all the questionable points during the cross-examination just now. Wasting time like this, calling the testimony questionable. I'd say it's your head that's questionable here. I had a feeling. Yes, I agree. The cross-examination went smoothly and there was nothing wrong with the testimony. Now then, I believe... Please, wait! You are being very persistent today, because I can't let it end like this. I know my outburst just now was a little questionable. Questionable indeed. But there really are some questionable points left to discuss, Your Honor. What are you trying to pull, once again? Okay, I guess this is all for trying to waste time, so that's good. I'll take the damage, I don't care. There was one thing in Mr. Power's testimony that was very unclear, and that is the identity of the person who received the bear. He gave something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear, we can't be sure. Ah! Huh? 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 What is going on? What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, then at least give us a reason, good reason why. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Actually, so, I remembered. I remembered who took the bear. What? Really? I mean, I only saw his arm, but, the arm. It was the Nickel Samurai's arm. I swear it. You've got to be kidding! Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers? Yeah! Yeah, I'm sure it was a nickel samurai. You've gotta be kidding! Order, order! It looks like you dug your own grave yet again. How many times is that today? I've lost count. So, the person who took in this little bear was a nickel samurai. And as we all know, man on guard is the nickel samurai. Thanks to the defense, we've made that all the clearer. I think we've heard enough. We now know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion, as well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client, who hired the assassin to commit the murder, was Mr. Man on Guard. I see no reason for this trial to continue. Therefore, I will now hand down my verdict. Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you could not win against the truth, could you? I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth. Any last objections, Mr. Wright? Well, what should I do? Oh, well, I guess if I do mess up, I can always go back to the chapter, but I'm pretty sure I have to raise an objection. Why would I hear the verdict? I will now announce my... There is only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I have left is this one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now, we have these two reasons to believe my client is a client of the assassin. Reason number one, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number two, that very same figurine was found in Unguard Mansion. However, it's possible this is all the work of a certain other person. What are you saying? What I am saying is, it's possible a different person is the killer's real client. The real client? Yes. Is this all you have? Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say is the real client of the killer, and therefore the real murderer? Damn it! I might have to look this up. I want to say it's John Doe. I don't know what he's going for, and I'm afraid of getting the bad ending. Oh, I was about to put in the wrong. Okay, I see. That's so messed up that we're gonna do this to her. I can't believe this. Adrian Andrews? Yes, we already know that she tried to frame Man on Guard for the crime. This is dirty. This is really dirty, actually. I don't like this. I don't like this at all, Phoenix. I feel like we're turning into Edgeworth. I don't like this. We're turning into freaking Edgeworth's former mentor. I don't really like this. But wearing a spare nickel samurai costume. Ah, then the nickel samurai's arm that I saw. That could have very well been Miss Andrews. I didn't even think about that, actually. I did think about that. What about Mr. On Guard? If you would please recall yesterday's testimony. The defendant was taking a nap during the break period. Oh, that's right. That's right. Then, finding this figure at Mr. On Guard's mansion, it was a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this? I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic, besides which, there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount this possibility either. What is with this trial? Come on, anyone can tell Unguard did it. I can't believe the defense would go so far as to pin the guilt onto someone else. Yeah, unbelievable. It's not something petty, it's murder of all things. This is to save Maya. This is to save Maya. Just keep that mantra. Even if the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up on. Order, order, order! All disruptive parties will be forced to leave the courtroom. Your Honor. For the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with this what-if game. It's what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Ooh, looks like he's finally catching on. Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it strange and wondered, why would the criminal want this little wooden bear? He's right. The killer did especially bring that bear to On Guard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely. And I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Miss Andrews. And who would that be? It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself. Yikes. Yeah, this isn't good. This is not good at all. I see. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness in that time. Yes, Your Honor. March 23rd, 11:54 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 3. Ha ha ha. Oh, I knew it was good a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation you'd try to pin the guilt onto Adrian. Ah, I swear this demon will pay. Mr. Nick! Pearls? Where's Mia? I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away. A really strong power? Must be Maya. Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is... It's from Gumshoe. How's it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal? Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto. Phew, that's good, pal. And what about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where the killer and Maya are? We still don't have any leads, but... What? We don't have any more time. If we just had one, even a single clue would be really helpful. I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I've got to keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. But have I just run out of luck this time? Is all our hope for naught? A tent! Huh? A tent? I could see a circus tent. Oh, but Mia! It looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you away. She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I could see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away. Gumshoe! Is there a circus in town right now? There's only one, pal. The very big circus. Maya's somewhere within the 300 feet radius of the main tent. What? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map. About 300 feet radius from the main tent. Hurry! And I could see a mailbox under the window. Gumshoe! There's also a mailbox! Okay, what else? What else, Mia? I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. It felt like I was in an old office building, maybe the 3rd floor or so. I heard her! An old office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck. Good luck. I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, pal? It's so tense. Mia! Maya's not hurt, right? She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved. Ah! Gumshoe! Please hurry! Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make this trial last a little longer. Oh, God. March 23rd, 12:05 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. Court will now reconvene. The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to the client. What a way to start off. From this, one obvious question arises. What is this particular item? I believe that the answer to that question will be provided with us with the name of the real criminal. Oh, excuse me. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand. Hi again. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder. I understand. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews? Of course I have. You have seen it before? That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to this bear's secrets? All right. Why? Why does she... Wasn't it because she was with Juan? Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. Huh? If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. What? Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. What? Is it hiding something now? Let's figure it. It's a container of sorts, is it? Oh, okay, my voice is starting to go. Good thing I got cough drop. Ah, okay. Yes, looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree? Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh, yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. It looks like there really was something to that bear after all. Yeah, tell me about it. Shikey Nikes. Let's see if we can actually do this. Okay. A puzzle? That's right. But it looks like an ordinary figurine. True enough. To people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess this was a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle is this exactly? So you can take it apart? And how would one go about doing that? Well, if you first turn his tail to the right and then push it in. Oh, yes, I see. After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed. Ah. Oh, this is most interesting. A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on. Switching side to side. I think exhausted. So what do you find after you take the puzzle apart? At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. And how do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. Uh-huh? It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland. Then this was a present from you? That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for Juan. So it was a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, let's continue with your testimony. Interesting. So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle? She did. Only the two of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland. So I doubt there are that many people with this same bear in this country. But this looks like it could be easily broken. Especially if someone wanted to get what was inside. Well, it's a toy. But it can never be the same again once it's been broken. Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or jewelry box, Juan? I never told anyone. And as long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew. The two of you, huh? Then of course that means Mr. Ungard didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm gonna get for now. Okay, cool. Ah, you simpleton. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize that there is one very important fact we have uncovered, and that is this. This bear is actually a jewelry box. Now that we have agreed to this point, there is only one logical question that can come next, and that is this. What is inside the box? What's inside? That's right. That's what we are going to find out next, witness. Yes? You are the only one who can open this. Please. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. I've opened it. Is this what you wanted? But what is that? It looks like a... Is that the suicide note? They hid it in the figurine? I don't think we need to guess at what that is, do we, Mr. Wright? It's the suicide note. The suicide note? The suicide note left by Juan's Corrida's former manager, Celeste Impacts. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Corrida himself. It seems Celeste Impacts had very beautiful handwriting, and she just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed suicide. Holy crap, okay. Witness, did you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. Didn't you say that you didn't? What is going on? Your testimony! Oh! Oh, I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. Oh, never mind, I see. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Because it had already been taken by the killer. Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So now that the suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question? What is written on the note? That's right. At least, that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it is only appropriate the contents of this note be made known. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it. And I was going to burn it. For her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could, please read the contents of this note aloud. Very well. Oh, what the hell? I thought it was gonna... Okay. The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the dead-silent courtroom, and her note, Celeste Impacts, left to us a record of all that had happened to her. About being used and thrown away by an guard, about being engaged to Kurita and an guard's role in destroying that, and about how she decided, in her despair, to end it all. Man, I was so ready to read in the judge's voice. And that's all Miss Impacts had to say. Yikes. There is one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Angard. Then what? Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word! Man on guard values above all else is refreshing like a spring breeze image, which is why he had to stop the note from being made public. At any cost. It's our guard's fault that woman killed herself. And this time, he even went so far as to kill someone to stop him from revealing that. How terrible! What a selfish person! I guess there are slime ball lawyers out there who will defend these creeps too. There is no margin for doubt here. Mr. Day Killer's client's goal was to obtain the suicide note, and the only person who needed this note that badly was the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house. It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. How am I supposed to escape from this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know, I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay, there are two deadly pieces of evidence. The figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I could find a way out of this situation through one of those. The gavel's already in the judge's hand. Phoenix, hurry! Well, stop. The suicide note or the figurine? Which one of these should I pursue? Please wait, Your Honor. Yikes. Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it? It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook. I think Your Honor believes that man on guard killed in order to obtain this note. Yes, that's correct. But that seems a little strange. In fact, I think there was a contradiction here. This note was hidden by Mr. Kurita until the night of the murder. If that is the case, I said that man on guard could not have known what was written on this note. Oh, I didn't think of it that way. Right, exactly. But I did think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. No one in the right man. Let's try this again. No one in their right mind would kill for a note without first knowing what it said. Oh, well, he does pick up a good point. Still, he's trying to protect this killer. What kind of a man is he? A man who's trying to save the life of his friend who's being captured by this killer. Idiots. Order, order, order. You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? My opinion is that this man is just trying to waste time. It was just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. Oh, thank you, Mia. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this. What is that? It is a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying. Spying? What the? Nani sore? I thought that spy camera was in my possession. Wait, what? Yeah, what? How? What? What the hell just happened? What? I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand what's going on. Man on guard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weak. Oh, they both had spy cameras? And? The victim, Juan Carrera, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Man on guard. Order! Order! Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities. Well, sort of. Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you are confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. But this camera that I have is not that same one. Last night, I searched the victim's house on a hunch, using this Gumshoe's bug sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera. Man on guard's fingerprints were on there? Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. On Guard learned of the suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. Hey, now what's that Lori thinking? Mommy, is that man that bad killer guy? Shush, stop, don't look at him. The way he's sweating is just so, ew, nasty. Phoenix. Yes, Chief? Have you figured out what you're going to do next yet? What I'm going to do next? Does running away like a frightened child work? I know it seems like Mr. Edwards is very close to putting the lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing. Well, what is it, Mia? There is a piece of evidence that he really should investigate. Something he should investigate. I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had a chance. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? Alright, I think this time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you? What is this piece of evidence that Mia's talking about? Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at, or should I let it go? What is she talking about? I have an objection, Your Honor. That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright. Objection! Your Honor, the defense has no intentions of letting this go so easily. You are beginning to sound desperate. That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. Alright? In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? Shh! Don't sweat the details. So, you're telling me that I forgot something? You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there is something you really should examine about this piece of evidence. That's not it. That is Miss Impact's suicide note, right? Who knows? I mean, sure, this suicide note was found inside the bear, but this bear was in my possession until a few moments ago. Which means the handwriting on the suicide note has yet to be analyzed. Oh, so, as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impact or not, it has yet to be even remotely confirmed. Mr. Wright, you can't seriously be suggesting. Mr. Wright, are you saying this suicide note is a fake? Miss Andrews, you are the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. On Guard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into this bear? How dare you? Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning his figurine. The only person other than the victim who could solve the puzzle of the witness herself. Ah! Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use this to frame Man on Guard. I didn't know such thing. Right. If you're going to pronounce this suicide note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory. No. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of the proof lies within you, the prosecution. That's enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Can you confirm the handwriting of the suicide note? As the defense has stated, the handwriting has yet to be analyzed. If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where the verdict is impossible. Impossible. That's impossible! This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate. Handwriting analysis is my butt. That's just a lawyer trying to buy more time. Guard is guilty. Look, any idiot can tell you that. I think we've reached the end of the line. Guilty! 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 Jesus Christ. What is that sound? It's Gumshoe. Oh, is that my phone? Hello, Gumshoe. Huh. What is with him? And what's with that tie? Where's Maya? What happened to that killer? He got away. What? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say. Besides, I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone. This is terrible. I'm going to keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. Just need a little more time. But don't tell me we don't have any more. Do you hear that? They're calling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't. For us to come this far in. Oh! What is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that. Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself? Yes, Your Honor. I am about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after. Hold on, Your Honor. Edward, catch! Take that! I'm sorry. I wasn't ready for it to spiral into nothing. Oh my god. Mr. Edgeworth. Please, you've got to borrow some more time. Court is in session. I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying? Mr. Wright, this is a court of law. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I am reluctant to do this. However, it appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow. This time I really can't do anything. Court is now adjourned for today. Alright. Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time. For what purpose? We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time. He's buying us time! But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes? I believe we can, Your Honor. But wouldn't it be better if we adjourned for today and then reconvene tomorrow? 30 minutes. Please, Your Honor. That's all I am asking for. Please, Your Honor. Very well. At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us. The court will now take its final recess of the day. March 23rd, 2:04 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 3. Right. Well, what's going on with my situation? The killer. It looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? We can't find her in that time. Ugh. Huh. Report. Is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time. Just spit it out. We're right. It looks like we just missed him, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away. A few things? Can we use any of them as evidence? Ho ho ho. I thought you'd ask, pal. Huh? I've got the things he left with me right now and I'm heading on my way over there. Really? That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swept the stuff and ran. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I've got to put the log on hold for now. Sounds bad. Hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. My Uncle Junk car. I'd say I'll be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry. I'll be there. Wait for me. Alright. Just get here in one piece. I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red light. Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. Holy crap! Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me! No one can stop. What happened? Did he get in a crash? It sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What was he thinking? We've gotta hurry and call for help. Well, we have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken, and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get to those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. No! We can't let that happen! Well, if there is a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance. Why? Oh, why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment? There probably is a way. That's right! There is a way! What? How? I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. What am I supposed to... Oh yeah, that's right. He does have a tracking device on him still, doesn't he? Why, you're bringing up Francisco at a time like... Oh, I see. I'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have. Francisca. Will she even want to help us? Edgeworth. What is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client is guilty, but what I'm doing now, I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. It might be my turn to say, Defense Attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right. It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears, whether you did your job well or not. That can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict? Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, Bailiff. There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent. They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do. Whew, man. Oh yeah, we're not finishing this in 2 hours. This is a long chapter. I'm going until we finish this, I don't care.